What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and yesterday we got another trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the man himself even did a live stream to break it all down. He e-fabbed his own trailer, giving us a bunch of insights into what he was thinking and what will be to come for the DCEU and Zack Snyder's Justice League. But almost more importantly than any of that, Zack Snyder BTFO'd some of these people who continue to spread lies, who continue to try to spin everything out of context to make sure that their narrative is fulfilled about him and about his version of this movie. We heard so many people try to spin his words out of context for the quote 4 minutes of new material. Well, now what do we see today? Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to have way more unseen footage than we thought. Well, Cinema Blend, it may be more than you thought, but for those of us who have been following this all along, who have had Zack Snyder's back and understood what happened to his film when Warner Brothers massacred it, this is exactly what we knew the entire time. But these people kept trying to spin things. IGN, Justice League the Snyder Cut will only have roughly 4 minutes of new footage. Sci-Fi, Zack Snyder says his Justice League will have about 4 to 5 minutes of new footage. Obviously, that is garbage. Those articles are specifically misleading about the quotes that Zack Snyder gave. What he was referring to, as we all know, was the new footage, the additional photography that was not filmed years ago, that he was filming just a week ago or so with Jared Leto. That roughly equates to about 4 minutes of content for a 4-hour movie, but they wanted to try to spin it. We have tons of footage that has been filmed years ago, and Zack even says that. It's funny because I'm editing the movie now. While editing, I'm looking at the actual visual effects shots because the cut is locked. We're just looking every day at these shots as they come in, and it's really exciting. I'm excited for you guys to see the giant amount of movie that you have coming your way in 2021 on HBO Max. Don't also forget, it's probably a solid 2.5 hours of unseen footage in this movie, I would imagine. Something like that. That's going to be fun for everyone to experience this for the first time. That was a direct shot at those people who for the past week have been spreading lies, trying to insinuate that the Snyder Cut is only 4 minutes of stuff that wasn't from Joss Whedon. That is absolute garbage. That is trash. We all know that. And to have Zack clap back at them was awesome. Now, 2.5 hours, I honestly think it might be more of that, because when you look at the grand scheme of things, because there are going to be some things in here that, although the shots look similar, all the dialogue was redone. We've heard from some of the actors that nearly all of their dialogue was reshot. Ray Fisher said every single scene he had, with the exception of one, was reshot. Even if they kept the scene somewhat the same, the dialogue was completely changed. And we know when you have Joss Whedon-style dialogue making an Avengers-like movie, you have Batman saying, "Ugh, I'm definitely bleeding." When you have Ezra Miller's Flash saying, "I've never done battle before." All of that stuff, all of that crap wasn't in Zack Snyder's Justice League. All of those were reshoots. So at the end of the day, it may be more. I think it might be more than 2.5 hours, to be quite honest with you. But Zack Snyder also gave us a lot of other details, including dropping other shots. Now, the Us United hashtag, I did want to talk about it for a second. The Us United hashtag is about more than Justice League. It's about more than that. Obviously, it's centered in that because they're coming together united to face Steppenwolf and repel the threat from Earth. And eventually, Darkseid will come into the equation. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's also about this. Together, we've already raised over $430,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and their incredibly important work. We're hoping you can help us reach $500,000. And it's the Ink to the People, right? The Ink to the People fundraisers with shirts just like mine. The proceeds go to suicide prevention. And if you don't know the story, Zack Snyder's child committed suicide while he was filming Justice League, while he was working on Justice League. It's one of the reasons he was forced out of the project, and Warner Brothers slid Joss Whedon in there because they didn't want to give him the time necessary he needed to recover from that absolute tragedy. But there's been so much good that's come from the Us United, from the Release the Snyder Cut movement to raise money for suicide prevention. I do think that is really cool. But I also wanted to take a look at some of the things we found out. We got another shot of Steppenwolf, a real high-def version of Steppenwolf with the original armor before they changed it to the Joss Whedon version. Just look at how this looks compared to Joss Whedon's right there. That is Joss Whedon's version, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, that is not what we're going to get in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's literally night and day between these two. And he even said, one of the things I thought was very interesting, according to Snyder, the studio was initially concerned that his version of the villain was too scary and intense for audiences, resulting in the makeover. That is too scary for the people at Warner Brothers to handle. Luckily, that's not a problem anymore. This is what you're getting with Zack Snyder's Justice League. We got to take a look at this. We got to take a look at this colorized version of Uxas before he becomes Darkseid. This dude is a badass. You had a lot of come at me bro memes coming from this picture. I might put that in the thumbnail of this video, to be quite honest, because it is simply badass. But I also wanted to take a look at some of the other things that are out there. This is that hologram. It is Superman. A lot of people were wondering what this was. It is Superman. People are saying, why does hologram Superman look 214% better than CGI mustache? Hashtag us united. And it really does. A lot of more backstory on Cyborg was talked about. Zack Snyder talked about that on Vero. I would recommend, if you're interested in Zack Snyder's Justice League, if you want to know more about it, then I would watch that stream, because Zack dropped a lot of hints, not only about what his movie will be about, but what his plans for the future could still be for a potential sequel, for a potential story for these characters moving forward. Talking about relationship between Batman and Superman. Talking about Darkseid and what Darkseid's plans would eventually culminate in. Talking about Cyborg. And then Flash. He kept a lot of Flash stuff very close to the vest. Because as much as we know about this movie, as much as we know about Zack Snyder's Justice League, there's still so much that we don't. And I cannot wait for 2021 when we actually get to see this on screen, get to see his vision come to fruition. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, you guys know that. I'm hoping that it's everything we are hyping it up to be. But only time will tell. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, especially on Zack Snyder BTFO and these people who continue to spin his words. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.